Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez has been added to UFC 300. This isn't about UFC 300 anymore. It's not about the card anymore. It's not about the fight. This is a much bigger thing that we need to discuss. We're waiting day after day for fights to be added to UFC 300, which is a very, very limited space card right now. There's only a few spaces left. Were only a few spaces left. And we're filling them up with Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison and Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. This isn't about UFC 300 anymore. The UFC hates us. And they get off on disappointing us. I'm convinced. I've seen the Vince McMahon leaked texts. I've seen them. The leaked messages of Vince McMahon. These guys at the top of the sport that control the UFC are demonic people. They're satanic people. They get off on misery of their fans. Nobody asked for this. Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. They're both Brazilian. You're doing a pay-per-view in Brazil at UFC 301. Yet, despite all of this, you've added it to UFC 300. There are so few positions left on that card. Were so few positions where you must have thought to yourself, we have room for maybe 2 or 3 more on the prelims. And your answer was, let's do Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison and Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. That was your answer to the UFC 300 problem. I could let slide Yan Xiaonan versus Zhang Weili. We all need a shit break. Sometimes the cards are 6-7 hours long. Sometimes you can't hold your shit the entire time. We've got the shit break. For the smokers out there, Kayla Harrison, Holly Holm, fair enough. Maybe you need a smoke. Maybe you need a snack. If you're plus sized, obese, or maybe you need a piss in the middle of a card. If you're drinking to the card, you're going to have to flush out the fluid somehow. You've given us a shit break. You've given us a smoke or a piss break. We don't need any more breaks. How many shits do you think we have? Human shit! On average once a day! How many shits do you think we have? They hate us. They hate us. The UFC despises their own fan base, and they get off on making them angry. They saw us react to Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison and thought, oh, they think they own the fucking UFC, did they? Well, wait till they fucking hear this. Shout out Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. Just smeared shit all over the prelims. Fuck. I can't believe how angry I am over this. Just smeared fucking disgusting shit all over the prelims of this card. Look at the fucking rankings. UFC 300. What matchups could we do? Josh Emmett, Edson Barboza. Put it on the fucking prelims and quit fucking around. Any fight could be put on there. Colby Covington, fight Wonderboy, please. Bang! I don't care if it's on the prelims. Do it! I'll take a Neil Magny matchup over this. Neil Magny, Michael Morales. Make it happen. What are you doing, man? You want to see the company crumble from within, Disney? Is that it? Am I going to have to go to Disney with this? I'll take a Dustin Jacoby matchup. You couldn't figure out anything else to put on this card. You looked through the whole fucking roster. We got one space left on the prelims. What's it going to be? Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. 2 Brazilian top contenders in the women's division. A month before the pay-per-view in Brazil. They're playing games with us now. This ain't about UFC 300 anymore. This ain't, let's watch Guru and Lucas Tracy have a mental breakdown anymore. It's not about it anymore. This is beyond what we once thought. This is corporate sabotage from within. That's what this is. This is sabotage of a business. So they need to do an investigation on the UFC. That's what they need to do. They need to rummage around and find out who the mole is in the UFC, because someone's working for PFL. Someone in that fucking business is working for PFL on the low. So they need to do an investigation. And we need answers. There's a revolution coming. Straight up, there's a revolution coming. You know what? I was like, you know what? I've been doing this for 6 years. I'm kind of fucking burned out. I have a greater mission now on my hands. It's not about making content anymore. Who are you going to predict? Who gives a fuck who I'm going to predict? I'm going to build my channel and my following and my power in the community, and I'm going to fucking take that fucking company over. And I won't be taking no shits on UFC 400. That's the fucking mission from now on. I'm going to stay alive at least until UFC 400. And I'll be making sure there's no fucking bald fucks at the top of that company taking shits all over that card. We deserve something. And you're shitting out Andrade versus Rodriguez on the fucking prelims. Any other fight could be made. I'll take a Chiesa fight. Chiesa. I'll take Michael Chiesa on the card versus someone. Fuck. It'd probably be fun, but come on. That could go on any other card. And that's where you put it. Oh, I know what UFC 300 needs. Jessica Andrade versus Marina. Who are you? You aren't us. You aren't MMA fans. You don't know MMA fans. You don't know MMA. They probably cost more than some other fighters. It's not even about, let's save money by putting the female fighters. You're paying Andrade fucking $300K to show. You're pissing away money now. No one cares. Put it on a fucking Apex card on the fucking main card opener or the co-main event. Co-main event at a push. Looking at how some of these fucking Apex cards are looking. You couldn't fucking balloon animal together Marcin Tybura versus someone. You just couldn't find anything else. It's intentional. They hate the fan base. And I'm going to fucking start a revolution for UFC 400. By the time UFC 400 comes around, I'm going to be in charge of that fucking company. And I'm not going to be taking dirty little fucking New Delhi shits all over the fucking UFC 400 card. I'm going to make it a great card. You couldn't find anyone else on the roster. Is that what you're telling us? That's all you had. The whole fan base is revolting against this. This isn't about what the fans want anymore. The fans want Duplessis Strickland 2. You don't listen to the fans anymore. You just start your fucking stupid Instagram live, which half the time is bait for fucking power slap. You start your fucking dumb Instagram live and have that stupid look on your face ready to announce some fucking dog shit. In the fucking war room. All those names up on your wall of free matchups that you could make. And that's what you're putting together. It's a conspiracy to destroy the UFC from within. That's what it is. Can't tell me otherwise. They cost more. No one cares. Why would you do it? It's not saving money. It's entirely, let's just piss them off. You could have asked the fan base, what matchups do you want on UFC 300? They would have gone unranked before they would have gone to this. They would have gone unranked. I'm going to look in the... You know what? Nate Landwehr, Nathaniel Wood. Half the cost. A third of the cost of Jessica Andrade, Marina Rodriguez. I'm not even fucking joking you right now. A third of the cost. Double the interest. Oh, you know, Nate Landwehr, Nathaniel Wood's opening up the early prelims. No, you go with Jessica Andrade, Marina Rodriguez. You could have made Chase Hooper versus Trevor fucking Peake. And we would have been more interested. And that's a fucking tenth of the cost. You're paying Chase Hooper $10,000 in a packet of fucking Haribos. What's going on? You're trying to destroy the company from within, and we're fucking onto you now. My mental health is directly related to the quality of UFC cards. I'm from the UK. My sleep schedule's ruined. I woke up at 10 p.m. We got a 2-week break and we're coming back to Delidsey versus Imavov and Renato Moicano's not answering my DMs for an interview. DJ told his fucking producer to do some fucking research on me. I ain't fucking heard back from him. I'm not even joking. I ain't fucking heard back. Because I'm telling you, he's seen a couple clips of my fans asking me to ask DJ, if you do an interview with him, a question of whether or not he likes chicken. This is the problem. But it's not all that. It's just the UFC. I'm not getting a DJ interview. Hanato's nowhere to be fucking seen. Raided him fucking 10 days in a row on YouTube. No fucking response. And we're coming back after a 2-week break to Delidsey versus Imavov and then Hermansson versus Pyfer. What's the co-main? Or Ige versus Philly. Let's give Andre Philly a jump up, shall we? Let's give Andre Philly a jump up, shall we? Let's give Charles Jourdain a jump up, shall we? Let's give Nathaniel Wood, Mohamed Naimov and fucking rob him, shall we? I'm getting pissed off in so many directions here. The next 2 fight cards are shit! If Superior beats Volk, I'm going to cry. I'll cry. Fix it up. Or we're starting a revolution. I'll bring in Lucas Tracy to this as well. I've seen him making videos. He's going to kill himself. You know what I mean? One day, we're going to see an upload from Lucas Tracy and we're going to see his feet rocking from the top of the fucking screen and the noise of a rope. That's what we're going to hear. Swaying back and forth. If you announce Edwards Mohammed 2 as the main event of UFC 300, the next Lucas Tracy video is going to be on Live Leak. Okay? That's what we're going to see. And me and Lucas Tracy, Lucas Tracy didn't get the same amount of views as me. All good. Still fucking beating TNT Sports, ESPN MMA. There's a revolution in MMA coming. And by UFC 400, we won't be having any fucking dog shit fights on UFC 400. Raquel Pennington's the fucking champion of the world.